Tick-tock on the clock, DJ blow my speakers up to... Oh, shit!
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Welcome back to Gossip Queens and Fantasy Things.
I'm Taven.
I'm Addie.
And we are your Gossip Queen hosts.
And we are so excited to talk to you today. And you'll understand the song reference later in our conversation.
You'll get it in a minute.
So, I mean, we'll start, I guess, with our weekly recap.
As usual.
I actually have something funny I want to talk about that Cody and I have been talking about.
Okay.
And this is a little throwback. If you've been listening along or you know us, Taven, Cody, and I have all been friends for quite some time. And we were really bonded through the forge of COVID.
The forge of COVID, indeed.
Yes, and Cody has been remembering something Taven used to say a lot during COVID, and he's like, I miss Taven saying this so much. But someone would suggest, like, oh, what if we go to Crumble, or what if we go to Kiva? And then Taven would look at us and be, why would you suggest something so brave? Because there was that meme that was like, why would you say something so controversial yet so brave? But Taven skipped the controversial, and she was just like, why would you say something so brave? And then we'd go get a treat.
I forgot about that.
I did too, and then Cody said it. I'm like, that's so funny.
Running through a list of things that you could have just quoted me on, and that was not what I was expecting, but that's a good one.
Yeah, so tonight, before we came up here, we had some extra time. We ended up not getting a treat. I'm going to preface that right off the bat, but we were like, what if we get a treat? And I was like, why would you say something so brave?
Oof.
So, I don't know. That's not really a weekly recap, but that's just something funny that's been...
It's a recap
bouncing
of
around
our life.
in my mind. Yeah.
That reminds me of, because what I thought you were going to say was something we talked about last episode, and I thought I had grown. I thought I had corrected my mistakes and really learned from something that you guys call me out on a lot. Okay. And I said it this week, just totally casually.
Did you say took it?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Cody, did you hear that? Cody's in the corner. I had to get his reaction.
I was so mad. I was talking to my parents about something, and I was like, casually just was like, took it, and then I was like,
that's
are
what I'm
you
saying,
kidding me?
You say it a lot. Like, it's like your word.
I guess so.
That's what it wasn't a one-time slip-up. I think it's something you've always said wrong, and no one ever called you on it.
Yeah. But I really, especially since we talked about it last episode, just was like, I've grown. I've corrected my mistakes. No.
I've taken the time to grow.
And I immediately, because my parents didn't call me out on it either. Like, they just accepted it as something normal that people say.
So there's
and so then I had to call myself out. I was like, sorry, taken. And they both were like, what? I was like, I just said took it. That's where I learned it from. They're like, what do you mean taken? I've never heard that word before.
It's taken.
Yeah.
Alright.
Jordan left. I was depressed,
Kate,
as usual.
Tell me about the fight he had with Devin.
Yeah, okay. So, this was actually not recently. It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was just on like a FaceTime call with Jordan.
Preface for you guys listening. We've mentioned before, Devin is Taven's brother.
Yes.
Jordan is Taven's boyfriend.
Yes.
But she was
my long-distance boyfriend.
She was telling me today they got in a fight recently, and so she was like, I'm going to save it for the podcast, so...
Yeah, because we were talking about the podcast, and Jordan had given me shit for saying that Horizon Zero Dawn, it's a video game, on our recommendations, on our 10 out of 10 episode. I had suggested as a recommendation for a video game to play Horizon Zero Dawn. Jordan calls me up and he's like, that's not fantasy. And I was like, what's your definition of fantasy? And so we were like me and him going back and forth on it. And then Devin enters the room, and he, like, comes down, and, like, we're upstairs on the kitchen counter, and we're, like, eating food together. And Devin and Jordan get into the most heated argument of all time about what fantasy versus fiction versus just, like, make-believe or, like, sci-fi. They were straight up yelling at each other. It was mostly Devin. Jordan was kind of just, like, antagonizing him a little bit, but Devin was getting heated. He was getting so pissed, but, like... Because we actually, like, Googled the definition of fantasy, and it basically just said, like, there wasn't, like, an exact definition, but it's, like, mostly stuff with, like, magic, or just stuff that can't, like, exist in real life, or, like, creatures that, you know, are, like, couldn't be real, like, through science or something, you know?
So that's the differentiation with sci-fi.
Yeah.
Sci-fi is obviously, like, I think a lot of sci-fi is maybe, like, hypothetical.
Yeah, like, it could be if we were technologically advanced enough.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so Devin just starts, like, screaming, because he's like, so what's your definition of fantasy then, Jordan? Because I'm looking at it on Google. I'm looking at the definition right now, so you can invent your own little definition if you want, but it's just not true.
Oh my goodness.
And then he, like, leaves and goes to the garage to get something, and then comes back and keeps yelling. He's like, and another point, and I was like, oh my god. It's like, what is happening right now?
I do feel we, on this podcast, treat
Yeah.
fantasy more as, like, fiction.
Yeah.
It's a fiction
This is anything
podcast,
make-believe.
I'm sorry,
Anything that's
fiction
not real.
queens? Fiction queens?
Doesn't sound as good.
Yeah. Wait, what's the name? Gossip queens and fantasy things. Wait,
Yeah.
gossip queens and fiction things?
No.
Eh,
Doesn't roll off the tongue.
doesn't roll off the tongue. Plus, I feel like we're more focused on fantasy
Yeah.
in general. But fantasy is just a wide genre, too.
It is, because, like, yeah, like, I honestly like Santa. Fantasy.
Because
Because
fiction,
he
too,
uses
that's
magic.
any made-up story.
Yeah.
Because it could just be, I'm making up a story about you. And that's
Yeah.
fiction. That's a fictional story. Even if there's no magic, you know
But
what
is
I'm
it
saying?
fantasy as well?
No.
No.
No. So, we're definitely fantasy geared, but broader umbrella fiction. I guess I'll give it to someone.
I got it where Jordan was coming from, because he was like, technically the whole point of Horizon Zero Dawn is because they're like, they're beasts, they're big like monsters, but they're like made by people, they're like robots pretty much, and Devin was like, well, that's not ever gonna happen, that's not gonna be true, and Jordan was like, it could, that's the point, and like, I was like, I don't know, I see both sides, and Devin was hardcore for Horizon Zero Dawn being fantasy. He was like, there's a lot of things that happen that are fantastical, magic moves them, they move of their own will, and then they got into like, an argument about like, what's like a life and not life thing, because they are robots, but they do move of their own will, and like they're not controlled by someone.
That's a whole other
episode.
Like,
yeah, AI, I guess. So
I was talking about AI with my coworkers today because they're all old, and they're like, AI, it's taking over and it can make anything, and I just don't think it's good. I'm like, I freaking love AI. I love
ChatGPT is Addie's best friend.
Because one of my coworkers, he's in a band, so his buddy had AI make up like logos for their band.
Okay.
And he was like, it's just crazy. Back in the day, we would have had to pay someone hundreds of dollars to do this.
Someone.
And I'm like, and look, bud, you got it all for free. What a blessing. Thank you,
Yep.
ChatGPT or AI gods. I love ChatGPT. I use it all the time.
Should we let slip a little secret?
I think I've said it a million times.
About how we write our episode titles and descriptions?
Yeah, we use ChatGPT for
Yeah.
everything.
We are not the ones writing those. We edit them a little bit, but...
We had ChatGPT write smut for us.
Yeah.
Songs, because we were going to, like, share songs on the podcast. We were going to share a little smut. We had ChatGPT write it all.
Yep.
No shame here. Because, to get a ChatGPT response, you have to be a good prompter.
Yeah.
There's some skill involved.
It's not going to give you something good if you don't give it something good.
Yeah, and you have to be nice to it, okay? If you're nice to your AI.
Addie's so polite. She's like, hey, it's me again. Can you please write us an episode summary? Thanks so much.
And then every time it gives me one, I'm like, that is so perfect. Thank you so much. And it's so cute. Because, Jinx. But it's so cute, too, because every time that I get back on ChatGPT, then I'll be like, hey, Taven and I just filmed our new episode. And it's like, ChatGPT will respond, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. I can't wait to listen to it. It's not listening to it. But
congrats, that's one of our listeners, is ChatGPT.
That'd be crazy. Do you think ChatGPT can listen?
I mean, some people have, like, ChatGPT, like, listen to a compilation of things to, like, write things. Yeah.
That's our listener from all the other states.
What if we had ChatGPT listen to all of our past episodes and write a script for our next episode?
That would actually be so
crazy.
Funny. Okay, that's a really good idea. Maybe when we get to like 20 episodes.
Oh my gosh.
Someone tell us how to run
chat
or like an AI, run our episodes through AI and have it write a script for us.
That would be so sick.
That would be hilarious.
And we can't veer off topic. We only can read from ChatGPT the whole time.
It'll be a special episode. That's a really good idea. I'll write that down. We'll remember. Cody, tuck that away.
I got it.
Taven's gonna write it down. Okay. Anyways, any last weekly updates? Oh, we played a bunch of Mario Party together.
Oh my gosh.
That was it. I'm like, we did something fun together this week.
Yes, that was so fun.
I feel like
a good time.
we're all in winter mode right now, so I've only seen you twice.
I know.
And that's pretty
I've been
much it.
so lonely. Jordan left. Haven't been hanging out with you guys as much.
You're always welcome to come to my house, but I have decided this winter I'm not leaving my house.
Yeah,
so, except for
fair.
this, I'm like up here right now.
Natty lives like 10 minutes away, so it's not a big deal.
We're close, but still that 10-minute drive. And it's so cold out tonight. It's like
Yeah.
freaking windy. I'm in a robe and my pajamas.
The windy is the worst.
Yeah, it's tough. Anyways, let's dive into our topic that Taven is so prepared for. She is so ready to dive in.
I've never been more prepared for an episode in my life.
Yes. I called Taven yesterday. Here's how we prepare for our episodes. Here's a little behind the scenes, actually. We'll just get into it. We record the day before the episode airs.
Yep.
And usually the day before that, we decide what we're going to talk about.
Yep.
So Monday, we'll decide what we're going to talk about. Tuesday, we record, and then it goes out Wednesday. So I called Taven yesterday, or I maybe texted you, and I was like, what are we going to talk about? And she's like, I don't know.
No idea.
And so I'm like, okay, we'll brainstorm or whatever. And I was thinking all day yesterday while I was at work, and I'm like, I've got nothing. And then when I got home, I had some time to relax. I took a nice shower, and I always get such great ideas in the shower. And so I got out, and I called Taven immediately. I was like, Taven, I have so many good ideas for the podcast tomorrow. And I told her all my ideas, but I was like, this one is the one we'll do tomorrow.
I thought that she was saying we were going to do all of these ideas tomorrow, because some of these ideas I had nothing for. I had no ideas, no backstory, background, whatever. So I thought she was saying, like, let's do all of these tomorrow. I was like, okay, at least I have some of those to rely on. No.
So here's the idea that we landed on, and I'm excited. I've done some research. I honestly think we'll get into some good discussions about it for this little episode.
Okay.
But so we have, let me do a little drum roll. Do a drum roll on the thighs. That was a terrible drum roll.
I was holding something.
Wait, okay.
Okay.
Ready? We have picked our next book club book.
Woo!
All those who want to read along or don't want to read along but want to hear our summary of a new fantasy book, it's coming. I hope you guys listened to our previous episode on our review of A Touch of Darkness.
It was good. Even if you didn't read the book, it was still good. Go back and listen.
Yeah, I thought our discussion was so funny.
It was.
And we left that conversation. I was like, this is what we should do every week on the podcast.
Oh yeah, we were going to do that. Just review books. And that no one has read, probably, but just give our summary of them.
Yeah, because I thought it was so fun.
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny, too. And then it was like, if people read, then they can hear these other thoughts. But we were also pretty thorough, so if people didn't read, I feel like...
They know exactly what happened.
They know what happened in the book, and then they don't have to read it.
The only thing we didn't spoil, really, is the ending, but... Yeah.
I mean, I don't even remember.
So if you want to...
I do remember. Okay.
If you want to read along, hell yeah, please do. But if you don't, that's fine too.
That's fine. And our new book is called Timeborn. Ooh, and the author, sorry, let me look. I have to remember the author, actually.
Sarah something?
Sarah Samuels.
Yeah.
And it is part of a series. This is called Blade of Shadows. The series is Blade of Shadows. Book 1 is Timeborn by Sarah Samuels. And we'll post this all on our Instagram. But so, today I'm gonna read the summary of the book. We're going to go over some reviews that were left on Amazon of the book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we didn't really give any intro for our last book club. We were just like, we're going to read this book.
Reading.
I didn't even have any intro. Taven was just like, here's the book. I went and bought it.
I just saw it at Target and thought it looked cool.
Yeah, I knew it was Hades and Persephone, but other than that, I had no idea what was going to go on. So it was a real surprise. Which I liked that, but we're going to give a little more context this time. Get you excited, get you interested. Or not interested. Some of these reviews, they're mixed, okay?
Interesting.
So, we're gonna talk about that, and then, the book is about time travel, so we're gonna kind of get into some of our ideas about time travel and other time travel, fantasy-related things that you can look into if you're interested. But so, we'll see how much input Taven has, because she was not prepared for this much.
Well, because Hattie was given some other ideas, and I was like, oh, those would be so fun, because I literally could not think of one single thing to talk about with time travel.
But I was thinking we could talk more about our personal opinions and if we would want to time travel, because I have some recommendations, but they're brief,
Yeah, I can't think of anything that I've watched or read or seen that has any time travel involved.
Yeah, so. I was thinking we could discuss it more for ourselves, where we would want to time travel if we could and things like that.
Okay, good.
Okay, are you guys ready for the summary of this book?
I'm ready.
Okay, Taven. It's, honestly, it sounds really good. Okay. Book overview. This is the Amazon book overview. I don't know.
That's a long overview.
It is.
Holy shit.
So you're gonna know about this book.
Okay.
When the ancient scriptures are uttered, you never know what might happen under the blinding light of a full moon. Are you gonna do the sound effects?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
She was born in darkness. I thought you were gonna do a sound effect.
I don't know what to do for that. I was thinking.
Maybe I'll stop at the end of sentences and I'll let you do something.
Okay.
When it sounds right. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Back to, okay, I'm gonna read that again. She was born in darkness, under the shadow of a full moon during a solar eclipse, with a mysterious black dagger at her side. Ooh, that was good. As a child, Olivia James witnessed her mother's gruesome murder. As an adult, her godfather has trained her to be a skilled fighter. But when Olivia's boyfriend betrays her and threatens her life, setting off a string of events that catapults her back in time from 21st century Seattle into 3rd century Rome,
Whoa.
the secrets of her past begin to unravel. The discovery that she is a time-born, one with the ability to travel across time, is just the beginning. Soon Olivia finds herself under the protection of, and owned by, Roman Alexander. Cody was lost at this point. Cody said he's not going to read because they're in Rome and the guy's name is Roman. Cody's like, I'm out.
You know, that's fair. I thought you were saying, like, the Roman Alexander. So I thought his name was Alexander. But if his first name is Roman?
His name's Roman.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they call everyone Roman there. Like Roman Peter.
Yeah, like that's what I was thinking.
Roman Taven.
Roman out of you.
Let's believe that. Okay, Cody, his name is Alexander. Okay. So she's owned by Roman Alexander, a former gladiator and bodyguard to the emperor. Torn between his duty to his emperor, a desire for vengeance, and a longing to search for his lost twin brother, Roman now has the added complication of protecting this strange woman from the depravity of ancient Rome. Worse, he finds himself falling for her, despite accusations that she is an enemy spy. But even Roman is no match for the dark shadow that has pursued Olivia into the past. A fighter in her own right, she's forced to work with Roman to find a way back to her own time. Do the ancient scriptures on her dagger hold the key? Can she trust Roman with her secrets? And can she fight her enemies and protect her heart at the same time?
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
A little time travel romance. It sounds like there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Roman, my brother Roman Alexander, he's got a lot going on in his life.
That's
a
so
twin,
crazy.
A long-lost twin.
That is not at all what I was expecting to hear, honestly.
It wasn't either. Okay, when I said the title Time-Born, what were you expecting? Because I'll tell you what I was expecting.
I don't know, because I saw the thing on Instagram that was like Spice Level 2, Enemies to Lovers, like that kind of thing. I was like, okay, so yeah, I expect a little bit of time travel. Maybe they time travel together. Maybe not that she meets him. Because then, like, she's gonna have to go back to her own time and lose him. Unless she stays. Does he come with? That'd be crazy.
Does Gladiator Roman come to modern
That'd
Seattle?
Be so crazy.
I think you die. The culture shock would be too much. How do you handle that?
I feel like going back in time would be too much too.
Yeah, but at least we've like learned about back in time.
True.
You can be like, poop, I gotta poo in a bucket now. You know, there's no toilets.
Oh, you got no technology? You got no modern comforts? That's crazy.
Yeah, but that's okay.
I'm excited. I'm nervous.
I think it's gonna be good.
Wait, what were you expecting when you read it?
I was expecting... Okay, I feel like I'm so stuck on ACOTAR all the time. I was expecting, like, hot fairies time traveling, but they're, like, traveling to caves. I don't know. The cover of the book is... Okay, I feel like I'm so literal. It's, like,
I feel like it's misleading. It does not make me think of ancient Rome.
No, not at all. It looks like a vortex. I don't know. I was thinking more like magic would happen. Like, they can time travel, but there's also magic. Mm-hmm. I didn't think it was, like, historical.
Yeah. Interesting.
I mean, historical fantasy. It's a little different, but I think it'll be good.
The word owned by is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably like a slave owner, and she's a little slave, little sex slave.
Whoa.
Spice level 2.
Spice level 2 chili peppers.
What is that, out of 5, or is it out of 3? I think it's out of 5.
I think so. Because the, like, third book in the series was, like, 3 spice levels, so...
Okay. Oh, yeah. Alright. We did have another pick that we were gonna do for book club, but the spice level was 2 kisses through the whole book, so...
I looked it up because I was like, what do you think the spice level is? And I looked in the comments and someone was like, can I ask the spice level? And the author of the post was like, there's 2 kiss scenes in the whole 3-book series. I was like...
In the whole 3-book series?
Yeah.
Oh, no thank you.
I was like, I'm out.
Actually, I did read a book series, really good, the Mirror Visitor series. It's kind of the same thing. I've talked about it before. Only like 2 kisses and each book is like 600 or 700 pages. Small writing. I read the whole thing though. I think it's 4 or 5 books and I loved it.
I'm fine with reading books with no spice. That's just not where I'm at in my life right now.
Yeah, I want to read the spice. It's more, honestly, once you like unlock it, it's kind of fun.
And it's hard not to.
Yeah.
You want it.
So, but this one I think will be a little less explicit than
the last few books I've read.
Touch of Darkness. Touch of Darkness was kind of crazy.
It was spice level 4, honestly.
I wonder what they would say online though, because I don't even know what that scale is.
Dude,
they're like, it's spice level 1.
Honestly, some of the book recommendations that I get on TikTok are so insane that I'm like, it makes Touch of Darkness seem like nothing.
Yeah.
Because like, there was this one, I don't remember what it's called, but it was like on my For You page that was like, have you ever wanted to read a book where this girl has sex with her uncle and his 2 sons? I was like, no, I haven't. I have never wanted to read a book like that.
I did, one of the other picks for a book club, maybe we'll do this later down the line, I sent it to Taven. I should have sent you a better video. That video wasn't quite enticing enough. But, this girl, she read ACOTAR, loved it, wrote her own series inspired by ACOTAR, but she's like, the main character gets all of the bad boys.
She was like, no choice. All 5 men. I was like, oh!
I'm like, that's crazy. I have to read that.
Interesting.
I must read.
Yeah, some of them are like crazy. Like, I know there's this one like Saving Annabelle or something. I don't know. It's like sounds spooky.
Yeah.
The title does, but I've seen some things said about it that I'm like, holy shit, you guys are into some weird crap.
I know. So I think this one will be pretty mild, and it's just like a classic enemies to lovers, which honestly, I feel like that's the only trope I like.
Love it.
Yeah. If I'm reading a book, I'm like, that's
if they're
what I want.
friends to lovers, get out of here.
No, thank you. I think in real life, friends to lovers, that's the best.
Yeah.
But in a fantasy world, I want enemies to lovers. I want them to
There's gotta be some tension.
About to kill each other, and then they kiss.
Ugh, the knife up to the throat, and then throw the knife away and start making out.
Whoa, that's crazy.
That's what I could picture.
Me too.
Okay. I was like, am I crazy for saying that just barely?
So, this book on Amazon, 35% of the reviews are 5-star reviews. And
only 35?
There's like 3s and 4s is the majority.
Okay.
And then 8% of the reviews are 1-star reviews. Okay. And I did save a few of those to take a look at.
Okay.
We're gonna read it either way, but we should have looked up Touch of Darkness to see what those reviews were, like, afterwards.
Yeah.
Touch of Darkness, you know, if you listen to that episode, we loved the book. We would recommend it, but
what would your star rating be?
I mean, we talked about it for, like, writing. I was like 2 out of 10. For entertainment value, 10 out of 10, you know?
So maybe a solid, like, 3.5 stars?
Yeah. So, I don't know. But let me read this one. Don't waste your money or time. I'm only finishing the series because I feel obligated since I bought all of them at once. Horrible writing. Was this even sent to an editor? Oof. TikTok overhyped book. Spicy scenes seem to be written by someone who is probably a virgin. It reads like a 12-year-old wrote it. The storyline honestly has so much potential if a real writer could do a rewrite.
Ooh.
I'm like, good lord. Especially when it sounds like it was written by a virgin. I'm like,
that's crazy.
But a lot of the reviews said that they're like, really cool story, but the writing wasn't good. That was Touch of Darkness, baby. And we loved it. So, I'm in. I'm sold.
Alright.
So I thought that was funny. This one review, it's titled Actually Dumber Than Twilight.
Whoa.
Horribly written, reeks of cheap, I'm sure this was meant to say CW, but it says WB, but I think it says reeks of cheap CW teen drama episode. Time travel is a favorite of mine, but it still doesn't hold my attention beyond the pointless conversations of the characters.
Okay.
This next one is just titled Ugh. Never left 1 star before, and that should tell you how disappointing this is. Oof. Loose, weak plot, badly edited, painful in the sense that it keeps telling us instead of showing us. Are you guys interested in reading this book?
I'm so intrigued now.
It had so many good reviews, too. But they were all like, this book is amazing, love the story. And then a lot of them had spoilers, so I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna read those.
Can't.
But that's why I said, it did have 35% were 5-star. That's a good amount of 5-star. And then mostly 4s and 3s. Only 8% 1-star. Also, you know what? People who leave 1-star reviews, they always have, like, the cruddiest reasons why. When Cody and I got married, we were buying some backpacks on Amazon. And backpacks and sleeping bags, like, for camping. And these backpacks, we were reading the reviews about it. It's a normal freaking size backpack. We're reading the 1-star reviews. We read it, and this guy's like, I'm 6'9", and this backpack didn't fit me. Horrible purchase. I'm like, brother, nothing's gonna fit you. And then
you're abnormal.
It was the same thing. Another 1-star review. It was like, didn't fit at all. And this girl's like, I'm 4'8", and this backpack was way too big to me. I'm like, sorry, Munchkin. Maybe you should check the size before you purchased it. And then on the sleeping bags, this one guy left a 1-star review, and all he said, he was like, great sleeping bag. It was really comfy. It just didn't fit the vibes.
What?
That was it. I was like, you vibe checked your sleeping bag? What does that mean?
What vibes are you looking for in a sleeping bag?
It does kind of look like a trash bag because it's black, and the material it has, it's very, like, trash baggish. Because they're, like, cold temperature sleeping bags.
Didn't fit the vibe.
Didn't fit the vibe. But so, I feel like 1-star reviewers, they always have the craziest things to say.
That's fair. And I feel like they're looking for trouble, too. Like, they want to say something.
Yes. Yeah. They're looking to get their opinion out there for the people.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so funny.
One more.
Oh no, I have to sneeze. Cody's gonna be so mad.
Oh, Cody hates when Taven sneezes on the podcast. He says it's so loud.
Oh, I'm trying. Okay.
Good job. Okay. Nope. That's the title of the review. I'm a sucker for time traveling books. This book was just bad. The reasoning behind why she can time travel was not thought out at all. We'll see when we read the book. I'll be the judge of that. The dialogue is absolutely horrendous and cringe in this book. I finished it out of sheer stubbornness. Do not recommend.
If it does end up being bad, that's why I'll finish it as well.
Yeah. You know what?
Sheer stubbornness.
Here's my thing, too, though. I feel like when I'm reading these reviews, a lot of these people, they're, like, out here searching for the next literary gem. They're, like, wanting to read Wuthering Heights or whatever. I'm like, I'm just looking for something to entertain me. You know what I'm saying?
Something to make me feel good while I pass the time.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have high expectations. I want a good story. I want some romance. The dialogue... You know, I like when a book dialogue is so uncomfortable I have to put my book down for a minute. You know? That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it can be.
It's, like, stressful in your heart, and you're like, oh my god, I literally cannot read this right now. And you just have to set it down. Or I have to call Cody in the room. I'm like, Cody!
Come listen to this!
Come listen to this, because it's so crazy.
That's how I felt about the Touch of Ruin.
When they made Hades wear sweatpants and bake cookies, I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't do it. But it was also fun. And look how much fun we had talking about it.
True.
So, I think it's going to be a good book.
We shall see.
I'm excited. We'll probably do our episode review of it, like, towards the end of December, so you have, like, a month to read it. Yeah. So, put that in your calendars for your book club with Addie and Taven, time-born Sarah Samuels. And Sarah Samuels... You best, I don't know, prepare yourself for Addie.
If it's not good, we're coming.
We'll let
with
you know.
The brutal review.
Was our review that brutal? I don't think
of A Touch of Darkness? I think it was. Jordan said it was.
Really?
He was like, oh god, that was brutal.
Poor Scarlett St. Clair. I still think that's a fake name, though. That's not
it doesn't sound real.
Yeah, Scarlett St. Clair. No way. I don't think that's real.
If you had to pick like an author name or a fake name for yourself.
A pen name?
What would it be? Yeah.
Oh.
I was thinking about that the other day because I was watching something about like celebrities that my mom had on.
Okay.
And I was like, how did they pick their celebrity name? Like, I don't know.
I just had a really good idea for my pen name.
Okay.
I'd write trash ass books. Absolute trash ass. Publish them under Taven Wellington.
Okay. Alright.
The worst books you've ever read. With crazy weird smut in it.
Oof.
So that would be my pen name.
Okay, cool. Fun.
What would yours be?
I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like celebrities have such fun ones, like Shakira. I'm like, that's so fun. Do you think that's her real name, actually?
Yeah, that's her name.
What's her last name?
Shakira.
Or like Madonna. I don't know. They're just so good that I'm like, I don't think I could ever think of something that good. That's good.
Yeah. I don't think I could think of. Let me ChatGPT it.
What should my celebrity pen name
I'm gonna ask
be?
them based off everything I've said to them. Please give me a celebrity pen name. That would be so fun.
That would be fun. Yeah, I think I would just have to stick with my name for now.
Yeah. And think about it. I mean, okay, if we're going off Scarlett St. Clair, because that's a fake name, obviously. Yeah. Choose a color. Maybe you're like Emerald. Oh. Emerald Saint. Bird. Emerald Saint Bird.
Okay. I like that it's St. Clair because it kind of like the SS, like the alliteration.
Yeah. Emerald Ravens Bird.
Well, that's not alliteration, but okay.
Well, it wasn't doing alliteration.
I'm gonna be Emerald Emilyson.
Emilyson? Emerald Emilyson.
I was just trying to think, what's the last name that starts with E? Emerald Evergreen.
Whoa, okay.
That's it.
That's crazy.
I hate
the
color
like green. A stripper name.
It does. Oh, I had a stripper name for myself once upon a time.
That's crazy.
I was thinking if I ever became a stripper, that's what my name would be.
No, I had a stripper name for myself.
It's Elle Fox.
Elle Fox?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I like the name Elle. You haven't seen Kill Bill, so I can't reference that.
I was thinking it's like, that one, Death Note.
I did kind of get inspired from Death Note, too, but I mean, like,
Elle?
like...
For a stripper name?
E-L-L-E. Like, Elle.
Like
and then,
Elle Woods.
Yeah, I just...
From Legally Blonde.
Fox. I like foxes. And it sounds kind of, like, foxy, like, strippery, so...
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
Maybe that'll be my pen name. Elle Fox.
The stripper.
If you ever see an online forum with a random comment from Elle Fox,
it's
me.
It's T-Bone.
I actually, on Amazon, I have my name as just L, like the letter L, for when I leave reviews and stuff, because I don't want anyone knowing it's me, so I was like, anonymous.
Your stripper name should be like T-Boner. We call Taven T-Bone.
That's my unself-appointed, unapproved nickname.
Cody.
T-Bone.
Cody and I think Cody coined that nickname. Yeah. But we love it. We say it a lot. You like it now.
Now, I did not like it at first. I was like, what the hell is this?
So it'd be T-Boner.
You know?
We do say that her full nickname is Tiberius Bonerist.
Just because I walked in the house one day, because I don't knock her, which Jordan thought was crazy, by the way, when we came over. No, that I just come in.
Oh.
Like, I just opened the door and came in, and Jordan was like, are you not gonna knock or ring the doorbell?
I hate when people knock at my house. I'm like, if you have a scheduled appointment at my home, don't knock on my door.
Just come in.
My door is so far away from my couch, okay?
And I'm not getting up.
And I know we're just gonna come to my couch. Just come in the door. I don't know.
So yeah, I just walked in one day and just from the couch, I hear Cody. He's like, Tiberius Bonerus? Is that you?
I feel like it's rare that people knock at my house now, even when we have like groups of people over. Only one of Cody's friends knocks.
The last time I remember someone knocking at your door was on Halloween. That was all the trick-or-treaters.
Yeah, people don't knock when they come to our house. Because I always yell, come in! The door's unlocked!
Or you just text them beforehand.
But the door's locked when I'm not home, so don't even think about it.
And when she's home, don't murder her.
Cody does lock the door when he's home, and it drives me crazy because, like, Cody will be home. He just gave me the stinkiest side I've ever seen in my life. But I'll come home, and I'm like, oh, Cody's home, so I'll just park in the driveway. Like, if I know I'm going to have to go somewhere that night, I won't pull in the garage.
Yeah.
I'll park in the driveway, and I'm like, oh, I'll just go in the front door, and then I go up and the freaking door's locked. And I'm like, knock. This happened twice last week.
Gotta wait forever.
And Cody opened the door because he's right in the front room exercising. I'm like, why did you lock the door? He's like, so no one would kill me. I'm like, no one's gonna break in and kill you at 4 p.m., dude.
I mean, it's fair. I would do the same thing.
That's crazy.
If I lived alone, when I live alone, I will never leave my door unlocked. That's crazy.
I mean, yeah, me neither. I would never leave my door unlocked. Probably ever. So don't try.
This time next year, I'll be living in an apartment with my boyfriend. Oh, that's so crazy.
How long is his deployment?
Just until, like, the end of summer. So, around, like, September next year is when we'll be apartment hunting.
Oh.
Crazy.
Oh. How exciting.
I'm so excited. Ready for the distance to be over, done with.
It's been, like, 2
I'm
months.
sick of it. Hey!
3 months.
3! We just celebrated our 3-month
no,
anniversary.
That's fair. I would not want to be in a long-distance relationship, so that's fair.
And we talked for, like, 2 months before that, so technically it's been, like, 5 months. Anyway.
I feel like you can't really count your talking stage, though, because it progressed so fast.
I know.
It was, like, 2 weeks, and you guys were dating.
It's so crazy. We were talking about this last night. It was not 2 weeks.
Well, no. You talked for a long time, but then it picked up super quick, and within, like, 2 weeks, you guys were dating.
Okay, yeah.
Because you were dating a lot of people.
Yeah.
You were, like, dating around.
Yeah, I guess after the point where I cut everyone else off and, like, stopped talking to other people to when I started dating Jordan, that was, like, 2 weeks.
Was it? Because the timeline I recall was dating Jordan, cutting off relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, no, I mean, like...
Yeah, no, you
okay.
Yes.
Okay, there was one specific conversation that I had to have.
It happened so fast they became official, and then Taylor was like,
true.
oh,
I was like, I gotta let some people know.
Need to have some conversations because it was so quick.
That's fair, yeah.
You silly goose. You little goose.
But what I was gonna say is it's crazy because we were talking about this last night, but I was the first one to say I love you. He came down for my birthday and I was like, you know that point where you like, you feel it and then you want to say it, but then there's that point where you just like literally cannot hold it in
yes,
anymore.
You feel like you're gonna throw up.
Yes, because it almost accidentally came out so many times before that, and then there was just this moment where I was like, I gotta tell you something.
I gotta tell you something about it
right now. So yeah, I was the first one to say I love you, and I was asking him last night, I was like, did you, like, regret saying it at the time? Like, because, like, I don't know, I always get worried, though. I'm like, did you only say it back because I said it, and, like, you felt like it was mean if you didn't, or whatever? Mm-hmm. And he was like, no, of course, but I just think it's funny you saying, like, how fast the relationship moved, because we were, like, texting for a really long time, then it moved to, like, phone calls, and then FaceTime, and then, literally, before I even, like, met this man for real. Like, because we met at the bar.
Would we?
Technically.
Before you met him?
But before we, like, hung out for real for the first time, I wanted to say it so bad. Yeah. Like, over a FaceTime call. I seriously almost, like, we'd be like, good night. But, okay, good night. Good night!
Well, and to clarify Taven's dating, that's why she hadn't broken off anything with, like, because you were dating some, like, really nice guys. Yeah. Like, Taven had, like, such, you know, we talked about it, hot girl summer. It was a good summer for dating. And so she was like, I really like this guy, but what if he's a freaking weirdo in person? Yeah. She met him once. So she was like, I don't know, I'm not gonna, like, break it off with these other guys yet, because, like, I've never met this person. But then
so just in case.
That weekend she met him, it was, like, 2 days, and the end of the 2 days, they were like, we're boyfriend, girlfriend!
We're leaving Twin Falls, and we're at a stoplight, and Jordan pulls up next to us, and Addie, like, rolls down the window, she's like, so I hear you got a girlfriend now. I was like, don't embarrass me like that. But, yeah, I actually, after that weekend, I deleted Hinge off my phone, too. It just was like, alright, done. Guess I'm, it was so crazy. I know we've talked about it before, but I desperately did not want to be in a relationship. Like, I was like, at least a year being single, like, I just want to, like, take my time to myself and, like, heal or whatever, so I just not expecting it at all, and then all of a sudden I was like, alright, here we are.
That's when it happens. That's when the magic happens.
They kept telling me, Addie and Cody all summer were like, because I kept saying that, I was like, no, I don't want to date, I don't want to be in a relationship, I just want to have fun, and they were like, you're gonna fall in love, you're gonna meet someone and you're gonna marry them, and it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's that's the, like, stereotype.
Yeah. I wish that I didn't fall into a stereotype, but
it's kind of fun.
I do. It's
fun.
I'm overall very thankful, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Taven's like, actually, I really don't.
Actually, I'm really upset. I hate it.
I keep saying the Willy and Widowy so upset right now. I actually got my uncle with it at family dinner this week because he said it on accident. He was like saying something. What was he talking about? I think he was talking about like the Netflix fight with like Tyson and Paul.
Yeah.
But he was like, No, he was talking about how we make rolls. I don't know, it doesn't matter. I'm getting too lost in the weeds. But he was like, I widowy, and like he just messed it up, but then he just kept talking, and I was like, I widowy? Louie just did that. And he was like, what?
You don't get it.
He laughed a little, but I was like,
not of this generation.
Yeah. I need to stop, though, because I feel like I do it all the time. I did it at work this week. Widowy don't want to do this right now.
I widowy hate working.
I actually really like my job, but I don't like some aspects.
Yeah.
I'll have to tell you after I have some more gossip.
Oh, okay. For some hot goss.
But it's private work gossip, so can't share it on the air. Anyways, back to time travel.
Yes.
Taven, if you could time travel to any point in time,
I knew this was coming.
Would you? Where would you go?
Yes, I would, obviously. Okay. If I have the opportunity, why not take it?
Yeah.
I think it really depends, actually, that answer on, like, if I can just time travel for fun, or if it's, like, the rules of, like, physics and laws of time and stuff. Like, if I do a certain thing and change
none of that
course
shit.
of history,
That's too boring. That's too much to think about. I don't want to.
Because if that's the case, then no,
that's
I
not
wouldn't.
fun. Okay, I'm sorry. If you're doing time travel
I
that way,
be too worried.
it's fine, I guess, but it's not fun.
It can be, I guess, for, like, nerds. Just kidding.
Yeah. So if you're a nerd ass, then I guess that's fun.
As if we aren't the nerdiest people.
I feel like
there's a difference.
we're like interested in nerdy things,
yeah.
But then I feel like the level is nerd and then geek.
Yeah.
And you surpass at a certain point nerdism into geekiness because you get too invested in these things. That's why anime people think it's so geeky, because anime, they're always overpassing nerdiness. Like Jujutsu Kaisen's a great example. The way they explain their power scaling, it's like, just tell me that you have big power. I honestly don't care why. I don't need to know why you have big power.
Some people think it's fun, but it's not.
If you're a geek.
For everyone, yeah. Which we are not.
I'm like, I just want to see you fight. That's enough. But so I think a lot of animes do that, so that's why they get the geek rap.
It's true.
Super nerd rap.
Yeah, because I feel like there's a lot of people too that get so invested in those things that you could ask them, be like, how does Gojo's power work? And they would, like, quote it for you word for word.
You know who likes things like that? We're both looking at Cody in the corner. He has his headphones on. He's playing a video game.
His little face.
His little face. He raised his eyebrows. Me? Yes. I would want to travel back to, like, maybe Regency era somewhere. Okay. But take the money I have now, and I would just want to live a Lux life for a little bit, you know, for like a year.
Lux.
Come in like I'm like a royal, because I got like $100 in my pocket. Freaking
rich.
Anything. In the French Revolution. Yeah. Okay? That is money, alright? Go live at Versailles for a year, see what they're up to.
That'd be sick.
I don't know. I'd probably only travel back in time. I have a fear traveling forward in time that, like, did you ever watch The Umbrella Academy?
No.
Okay, here's a great little flick. Actually, it's a TV show.
Yeah.
It's a flick. Same thing. The Umbrella Academy, it's based off comic books, and it's these kids that all have powers. It's a really, really good series. It's super fun.
I've been wanting to watch it for a while.
You would love it, Taven. I feel like the humor is really up your alley, and there's one character you would love him. You would be, like, obsessed. Okay. You have to watch it. It's so good.
Maybe I'll start it tonight.
You should. Okay, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love Klaus. Tell me if you like Klaus after you watch it.
Wow.
I think you're really gonna like his character.
Okay.
But anyways, one of the characters in that, his ability is to, like, time travel.
Yeah.
And, well, he can jump through space, and then he learns to jump through time. But at one point, when he starts time traveling, he jumps forward, and then it's like everything's gone. Like there had just been an apocalypse, and then he gets stuck. Which, that's a whole other thing, but I'm like, that'd be crazy, because he didn't jump forward that far, you know? And so I'm like, that would be so insane if you jump forward, like, 5 years, and then you're like, oh my god.
Shit. Yeah, I don't want to know what the future has in store.
I'll go to the past, but I'm not going to the future.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I think, I don't know. Along with the lines of the book, I would really like to go to, like, ancient Rome,
like to meet your Roman Alexander Gladiator.
Yeah, just kidding. Or like Greece, or actually it'd be fun to go to the time of the Vikings.
Oh, that'd be sick. Fun. Yeah, that'd be cool. I just feel like going anywhere ancient. Well, I don't want to go anywhere ancient. I just want to go
Really?
old and take my money and wealth with me. Because I have very limited wealth, but that's mega wealth.
Back in the past?
Well, okay, like I'm reading these books that Taven gave me. She let me borrow. It's called the Lux series.
Yeah.
And it's set in like 1899 in New York. And
So
they're like, they're saying $1,000. That's like mega money. You got mega money if you got $1,000. And you know, these women, they're like 18 and stuff. They're like teenagers, I guess, but they like have servants to wait on them, and they just shop all day and hang out and go to
prettiest dresses.
Yeah, they wear new dresses every day and go to parties and go walk around Central Park. And I'm like, send me there. Yeah.
The life of like an elite, like in Bridgerton.
Yes, because I'm not an elite. Obviously, if you guys know us, if you know Addie and Taven,
I'm lower middle class.
We ain't the 1% out here. I wish. But also the 1% now, it's different than back in the olden days.
Yeah.
I feel like servants they're not a thing anymore.
No.
You know, you can't call them a servant.
No.
I want servants, damn it.
That's not PC.
But so, anyways, we're not rich, but we could be rich in a different time period.
That's what I would do. I would go back to like the 1940s and buy a house and put the title under my name and then travel back to the future and be like,
oh, my home.
Crazy. It's like a mansion that I got for like $100,000.
Yeah. Well, it's so crazy. Even the houses, like, up on the hill, like, here where you live.
Yeah.
They used to be, like, when we were in elementary school, they were, like, $400,000.
And we thought that was so crazy.
And we're like, that's so much. Yeah. And now they're, like, $1 million to $2 million. It's like,
Well, I remember the first time I, like, moved up to the hills and thought I was so cool. My parents bought that pool house for, like, $325, and I was like, that's so crazy. Like, that's such an expensive house. I think this house costs $1 million. Yeah. Crazy. And it's not objectively that much nicer than the pool house.
I loved the pool house.
Yeah. And it had a pool.
This house doesn't have a pool. No. Denise, get on that. Get a pool. They're thinking about it. They're thinking about putting a pool in. So.
She really wants to.
So I'm just trying to push that along. But anyways.
The influence of my friends over my mom's financial decisions.
Please put a pool in for us. I want to come hang out in the pool.
Yeah, then we can all hang out all the time.
Here are some of my time traveling recommendations for you guys, if you're interested. If you like time travel, obviously Doctor Who, number one. Obviously. So good. If you like a goofy show, start at the new season. It's the one with Christopher Eccleston. You can just start from the beginning of the new Doctor Who. It's very British. The first line in the show, because Cody doesn't like British people. He hates the British accent. He doesn't like British people. And
I'm talking a British accent for the rest of the episode.
Oh, that's lovely. I think I'll do it too.
All right.
But so he started watching the show. The nastiest.
That took me out.
I wish we had a cam on Cody. We should get a Cody cam.
Yeah.
And then it's all just his
Cody
reactions.
up to?
Anyways, the first line of the show, it's like this girl looking around in the basement of the mall, and it's kind of quiet. She's like looking around, and she's like, "Oi, is there someone mucking about?" And Cody was like, "No."
I saw a video on TikTok yesterday or today that this girl was like, you know, like how we as Americans, if we want to like say something funny or like make fun of someone, we like talk in a British accent. She's like, I'd really hate to be British. I'd really hate to be born in England, because what are you gonna do? You're already British. You can't talk in a British accent to make fun of someone.
No, you can't. No.
I thought that was so funny.
You just can't do it.
The internet is a crazy place.
It is.
I'll give one recommendation, because it's the only thing that I could think of when I could think of time travel, is the TV show Heroes. It was really big back in the day, but there's this one of the main characters, his name is Hero, but, okay, hold on. He's Chinese, okay, so his, like, name is, like, Hiro, or whatever, but...
The hands, Hiro.
So it's not Hero, it's Hiro, but he is the one that can time travel, and he's so cute. He's just, like, this cute little Chinese guy, and he, like...
Pantier?
Yeah. Yeah, it gets really dark and crazy, but it was really good. I remember being really invested in it, and he just, like, he'll, like, like blink it really hard and then he'll be like in a new time. It's so crazy. But the plot is, well, this is a little bit of a spoiler, that he does travel forward in time, and same thing, he sees like the sun blows up or something, I don't remember, but like the world ends, so then he goes back and he like recruits all these heroes to try to save the world, and it's crazy.
This literally just sounds like the Umbrella Academy.
Maybe.
Crazy.
It's really good, but I've been meaning to rewatch it, so.
But watch the Umbrella Academy instead, and and then we should do an episode on it because it's so good. And the whole series just ended recently.
I'll sit with an umbrella the whole episode.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so cute. We can wear the little masks they wear because they're like superheroes.
Cute.
Back to my Doctor Who recommendation because I wasn't done. If you want a goofy show, you can start from the beginning. If you like something a little more cinematic and serious, it's still goofy, but like the quality got a lot better in the Matt Smith seasons. So when Matt Smith becomes the Doctor, you can look it up. I would start there if you want like a little more serious, a little more cinematic. He has some like sad ass timelines or storylines, but anyways, that's a good time travel one. We were talking about A Christmas Carol.
Oh, yeah.
With Scrooge. Scrooge is Cody's #1 favorite Christmas icon.
Icon is crazy.
We went to A Christmas Carol last year, the play, and we were watching. Cody was such a Scrooge last year. And we're watching, and Cody's like, I've literally said like half of these lines. I've said these things. Recently, I have said that exact same thing.
That's so funny.
So, but they've got time travel in that. So that's a great holiday time travel. What was the other one I said? I feel like I had so many ideas.
You had a book that you had talked about before.
A book?
Yeah, the mirror.
Oh, the mirror visit. No, they don't time travel.
Oh.
I said like 3 other things.
I don't know.
No, I'm not so sure anymore. But oh no.
That's Australian. That's not British.
Oh no, beans and toast.
I'm from England. My dad was born in England.
Ew.
So.
Ugh.
I'm straight up from the UK.
I'm really bothered that I can't remember my time travel recommendations.
I'm bothered by it too.
Because I had some good ones, I think. I did.
I hadn't heard of what you recommended, because I was like, I've never heard of that, so I can't really help you there.
Well, Oh, the other one is a movie. Tom Cruise, Edge of Tomorrow. It's not, if you've seen it, it's not like quite time travel. It's more like a Groundhog Day situation. But
what is a Groundhog Day situation?
You know the movie Groundhog Day, where he's stuck in the same day over and over and over.
I've never seen that either.
Okay, but that's like...
It just reminded me of the line from New Girl when Nick can't get a boner. And Jess is like, oh, looks like we've got a Groundhog Day situation.
No. Groundhog Day, like if people refer to Groundhog Day, it's like the movie where, he's trapped in the same day over and over, so things just feel like repetitive.
There's a book
in
like
life.
that. It's like a YA book that I loved when I was younger. I think it's like If I Stay.
Yeah.
They made it into a movie too, but the book's a lot better.
Happy Death Day does that too, that like horror movie. Did you ever see that? Mm-mm. That was fun. That's like a good little slasher. But so Edge of Tomorrow, it's just a good movie, and they just put it on Netflix, or maybe they just took it off Netflix. I can't recall, but I've been thinking about it, and I really enjoy it. You know what had time travel? The last Indiana Jones movie. Indiana Jones 5.
Didn't see that either.
The Dawn of Destiny. I feel like really out of the loop right now. I haven't seen any of these things. Anyways, that was a pretty good movie. Actually, we just started watching Raiders of the Lost Ark the other day. Oh, you know another one that has time travel? Men in Black 3. They time travel. We watched the Men in Blacks this weekend.
Oh my gosh, what's the butterfly effect? That one's really good.
Ain't never seen that.
Oh, finally. Yeah, it's just how we were talking about, like, the mechanics of time travel. Like, if you go back and change one thing, that's why it's called the butterfly effect. But yeah, she like goes back, and every time she goes back, something in the future changes. It's really sad, though. I remember
the butterfly effect, though. That's not a time travel specific thing.
No, but that's what the movie was called.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, the butterfly effect. That's just the idea that like the smallest thing can change over here. Okay.
But yeah, every time she like went back to the past and came back, something was different. She kept trying to get it right and couldn't. Yeah. Now it's like unlocking a lot of time travel things. I'm like, I feel like I watched an episode of TV like that recently. I don't know.
That was descriptive. And I definitely know what that show is. Anyways, I don't. Get ready. Prime yourselves with some time travel options. Look into it. Think if you want to time travel and let us know where you go. Hopefully it's not somewhere stupid, because we'll judge you.
Oh, I was going to say Prohibition era for my final choice.
Go to the Prohibition era?
I think it'd be so fun. That'd be so fun to go to, like, speakeasies and, like, I don't know. I like that time period of, like, music, too. Like, I'm thinking, like, New Orleans type, like,
Okay.
underground bars
Like
and
some
stuff, like
20s
jazzy,
jazz,
yeah.
yeah.
I think that would be so fun.
Okay.
And I like the style.
I just hate bars, so
Like
I
in
think that would be
Vampire
so fun.
Diaries, when, like, the way, like, Rebecca dresses, like, in New Orleans in the 20s. I was
Okay.
like, that's so fun.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that.
That's
Be
a
a
good
little
one.
Risque. Yeah. Be a little risque. It reminds me of a Panic at the Disco song for some reason, but like how they kind of like burlesque. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd be a burlesque dancer. I think I'd be really
You
good.
could still do that today. You
I
don't
don't
need to
know.
time travel for that. And
I thought about auditioning
I think you could
at
do
a bar called Prohibition.
I remember that.
Crazy.
What are you chewing on?
Ball cap.
Ew. Okay, we're ending
Okay.
the episode. That's gross. I was like, she definitely has metal.
Why
in
is
her
that
mouth.
gross?
Because it's a freaking metal tab.
So?
I hear it chomping around in your mouth. I didn't like it.
I have an oral fixation.
Ew. Okay. That's it. This has devolved so quickly.
I picked this up from not this, but I picked the habit up from someone, so it's not even something that I normally do, but I saw someone do it. I was like, that sounds nice.
Ew, who does that?
Jordan.
Ew, I'm sorry, gross.
Okay, there's this thing that, his work does, or one of his I don't know, but they save all of these, because, like, for every one that you get, it's, like, some amount of money,
Yeah,
like 10
you told
cents
me they
towards
save it, because
charity.
you told me to save mine.
Yeah. So I've been saving all my bottle caps.
You save them with your little saliva all over them, put them in your cheeks like a chipmunk.
It's for the kids.
For the kids. All right. Read Time Born with Us by Sarah Samuels. We would love for you to come along on that journey. And I'm going to buy the book, so if anyone doesn't want to buy the book, you can borrow it from me. Just let me know. You're going to buy it too?
Yeah.
And we read... We'll probably be done in like a week.
I'll be done by next episode.
Yeah, so if you do want to read it, but you're like, I don't really want to buy it, and maybe the library doesn't have it, I don't know, hit us up. We can probably let
My
you
books
borrow
are
it.
everywhere right now. Our friend still has my copy of A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Yeah, I got the
my
Lux ones.
Lux, yeah.
And with that, we will see you next week. We will head out with TikTok. Oh, that's why we sang TikTok by TikTok.
If you didn't get it by now, we'll just let you know.
Maybe we should just start from the beginning. No, wait. Where should we start to end? What's your favorite part of that song?
That's what it's like, the party notes.
Okay, yeah. Oh,
okay.
3, 2, 1. The party don't stop till I walk in. I said stop.
It's start.
Oh, God. Okay.
Tick-tock on the clock, but the party don't stop now. Whoa.